If you need unlimited domination, clutch time, or anything else grinded, make sure you hit up Rose NBA on Twitter for quick, safe, and reliable grinding services. Yo, what is good, YouTube, and welcome back to another JC2K video. In today's video, we're going to be building the best limited lineup for week 4 of MyTEAM Unlimited here in NBA 2K23 MyTEAM here in Season 2. But before we hop into the video, if you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Help me push towards the 8,000 subscriber mark on the channel. I upload every single day. I would really appreciate your support if you haven't already, if you do subscribe. Without further ado, let's hop right into it. And let's check out what these limited requirements for this week are looking like. So, to get our 4th ring this week, you can only use 1 Amethyst, and everybody else on your team must be Ruby or lower. So definitely back to those budget squads for limited. No diamonds, no pick diamonds, nothing like that. Just 1 Amethyst and everything else Ruby or lower, which is pretty limiting, to be completely honest. So we're gonna have to be intentional with how we build this lineup this week. But the reward for week 4 is 100 tokens if you've already gotten all 3 rings in the first 3 weeks. So we're gonna be knocking out getting 100 tokens this week. Next week is 25 KMT, and then the last week is going to be the takeover option pack for getting our 6th ring. But let's start making a lineup and let's put this one together for this week of limited. So at the starting point guard position, I think you could consider using your Amethyst here, but I'm not going to use my Amethyst here. I'm actually going to use my Amethyst on my backup or on my center, which we'll get to later. But at the starting point guard position, we are going to go with, and we have a few different options. You could go with a J. Cole. I know it's kind of troll, but I mean, J. Cole's actually not that bad for an Amethyst card. The guy that I am still going to go with is going to be the starter Ja Morant. I've used this card a lot in limited this year, and he's been very, very good for me. At 6'3", 88 offense, 80 defense, coming with an 86 driving layup, 85 close shot, 85 midi, 81 3 ball, 85 driving dunk, 87 ball handle, 60 steals, 75 perimeter. He's not much of a defender at all, but he's got 86 speed, steal ball, and excel, and an 81 lateral quickness. So he's not a very good defender, but he's a very, very good offensive card. Really, really good slashing animations. If y'all have used Ja, y'all know how good his slashing animations are. And he's got a ton of good silver badges as well, including fast twitch, limitless takeoff, blinders, catch and shoot, claymore, bailout, clamp breaker, hands for days, quick first step, unpluckable, bronze agent 3, guard up. Just a lot of badges like that on this card. I know he's not the most elite card in the world and he's a day 1 card, but he's a very, very good slashing point guard who can knock down open shots with a fast release, and that's what you need out of a Ruby PG, is a guy who can score the ball. Now, at the 2, the guy that I actually recommend using at the 2 is not a guy that I currently have in my collection. So, shoot, it's gonna make me... Okay, hold on. We'll fix this in a second. But let's go back to the collection and let's check out who we're going to use at the 2, because I don't actually have this card, but I am going to get him here in a second. And that is going to be this Jack Harlow. This is probably the best Ruby shooting guard in the game. No joke right now. He is 6'4", so he doesn't have elite size, 85 offense, 90 defense, but he's got pretty mediocre stats, an 83 mid-range, 84 3-point shot, 90 driving dunk, 86 ball handle, 82 steal, 87 perimeter defense, 83 speed and excel, 80 speed of ball, and an 87 lateral quickness. But he's actually got quite good badges for a Ruby. 17 golds include badges like catch and shoot, corner specialist, screen machine, slippery off ball, ankle breaker, bailout, ankle braces, challenger, clamps, pick dodger, pogo stick, and workhorse. So some good defensive badges there. Also 12 silvers, including blinders, claymore, guard up, break starter, mismatch expert, chase down artist, menace, and then bronze glove and interceptor. He's a guy who can defend. He's got Tyler Hero's release, which is actually a very good release, and he's a little bit of a playmaker as well. So he's a very, very solid option at that shooting guard position for this team. So that's the guy that I would recommend using at the shooting guard position. I just don't have him in my collection currently, so I'm gonna have to play that 121-point triple threat game to get the card before I actually play with my ring. But that's who we're going to put at the 2. At the 3, again, you're limited to a Ruby, and the Ruby that I think is the best Ruby 3 in the game is pretty simple. It's obviously Keldon Johnson. Keldon Johnson is a very, very good all-around Ruby card, 6'6", so again, doesn't have incredible size, but 89 offense, 84 defense, 90 driving layup, 90 close shot, 90 midi, 88 3-pointer, 80 driving dunk, a decent ball handle, solid all-around defender, 84 speed and excel, 82 speed with ball, and 85 lateral quickness. Just another guy who's very, very good all the way around in terms of shooting, defense, a little bit of slashing ability. He's even got a good fade and a good jumper as well. 17 gold badges, 15 silvers, and 2 bronzes. Include badges like amped, blinders, catch and shoot, claymore, guard up, green machine, slippery off ball, break starter, chase down artist, pogo stick, workhorse, silver fast twitch, deadeye, bailout, killer combos, unpluckable, ankle braces, challenger, clamps, menace, post lockdown, bronze bully. A lot of solid badges on this Keldon Johnson card. Again, I think he's a very, very good option for the small forward position for our Ruby. At the power forward position, you got a few guys you could go with. The guy that I'm going to go with is going to be this Jared Vanderbilt. I think you could go PJ Tucker or Tony Kukoc as well. Both of these guys, I mean, PJ Tucker specifically, I think is honestly another really good option for a Ruby as well, just because he's literally pure defense and shooting. And actually, we're going to go PJ Tucker because I do think he's probably better than Jared Vanderbilt. Jared Vanderbilt may come off the bench, but this new PJ Tucker, even as a Ruby, I do think is probably better. I know he's only 6'5". This is a very undersized lineup, but what he can do for you is shoot the three at a very high level with a very good release. 89 three ball, 85 mid-range, 75 driving dunk, and then a versatile defender, 80 block, 85 steal, 88 perimeter, 88 interior, good rebounding stats, which help him out a lot because he is short. He doesn't have great speed, but he's got amazing lateral quickness, 90 strength as well. 17 goal badges include badges like blinders, catch and shoot, claymore, corner specialist, space creator, chase down artist, glove interceptor, menace, pick dodger, post lockdown, pogo stick, workhorse, and brick wall, as well as silver off-ball pest. And even though he's undersized, he's a really good 3-and-D guy at the power forward position. And then at the center position, we're going to go with Amethyst Jared Allen, the best Amethyst card in the game, one of the best budget cards in the game. 6'10", 89 offense, 94 defense, coming with a 79 driving layup, 86 drop foul, 91 close shot, 85 midi, a 91 three ball because he's glitched shooting, 90 standing and driving dunk is amazing, 90 block, 92 interior, decent perimeter defender as well, very good rebounder, 79 speed and excel, and lateral quickness, which is also very good for a center. And even though he was only listed at 6'10", he's got a 7'5" wingspan and a massive player build with an afro that makes him look closer to 7 foot or even 7'1". Looks very, very tall on the court. 1 Hoff, 22 golds, Hoff corner specialist, gold badges like back down punisher, bully, drop stepper, masher, posterizer, rise up, catch and shoot, claymore, deadeye, green machine, vice grip, anchor, chase down artist, post lockdown, pogo stick, workhorse, box out beast, rebound chaser, and brick wall. So all those key interior badges and some shooting badges as well on the post. Also silver post spin, blinders, guard up, limitless range, which is huge, needle threader, and post playmakers. So very versatile, very good at the center. Jared Allen is going to be our 1 Amethyst. Then off the bench, I think you're a little bit more limited in terms of the cards you can use. I'm going to go with J. Cole as the backup PG. I think he's solid. He's not an amazing card. I did a gameplay on him yesterday if y'all want to check him out, but I do think J. Cole's probably the guy to slot in there at the backup point guard position. Backup shooting guard. Honestly, I don't even know who the best backup shooting guard to go with right now is. Probably Evan Fournier, I guess, or maybe a Dick Van Arsdale. This Van Arsdale card actually is not that bad. He's a guy who has good shooting badges and some solid defensive badges as well, but he's got gold limitless range. Not a ton of defensive badges, but his defensive stats are not bad. 86 three ball. He's a pretty good perimeter defender. I think he might be the guy to go with. I know he's slow, but he's a knockdown shooter and a good defender, so that's probably the guy I would recommend going with. And then small forward, we're going to go with you got a few options. You could go Steven Jackson, you could go THT, you could go Tatum, you can go a pure 3-and-D like Kawhi Leonard. I think the 3-and-D and Kawhi Leonard is probably the way to go. Maybe Joe Ingles, something like that, but throw some of those guys in there off the bench. And then backup power forward, I would go with Jared Vanderbilt. He's only got a 59 three ball, but he's got a release that means you can green somewhat consistently with him, and he's a very, very good defender. A guy with high 80s on every single defensive stat, which is crucial. And he's got good size at 6'9". So good backup power forward there. And then backup center. My favorite Ruby backup center is going to be Anthony Davis, simply because I really like his release, but there are a few other guys you can go with. You can go with a Kelly Olynyk, who has a better 3-ball rating, a guy like Hibbert, who has exceptional size, somebody who's kind of in between like DeAndre Ayton, who really is not going to be able to shoot the ball very well, but is going to be a very good inside and a bit more athletic than a guy like Hibbert. So you got a few more options at the backup center position. For me personally, I would go AD because he does enough defensively, and I can green consistently with him, even with him only having a 65 three-pointer, to where he's the guy I'd plug in there. So something along these lines for this 10-man would be what I'd be running this week for Unlimited. I'm actually going to complete that 21-point challenge for Jack Harlow real quickly to knock him out and put him at that starting shooting guard position. And then at that point, we're going to have a perfect team for this week's MyTEAM Limited. So hopefully this video did help y'all out. If it did, make sure you hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. I'll be back with more 2K content very, very soon, and I appreciate y'all. Peace.